Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel and to episode 25 of Rising with Rice, this college football promotion and relegation universe. And as you can see, we are starting off with a bang. For the second year in a row, we have the Jim Thorpe winner. This time Isaac Zahara wins it with 10 interceptions, 61 tackles and 6 deflections on the year. Winning an award like that back to back is awesome, and we kick off as well with a bowl week against USC in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. So that's what we're going to be getting into for this week. And let me tell you, I wish I could show you our recruiting class. Our recruiting class is absolutely insane. It's going to be awesome to show you, but that will have to come as we do this bowl game. Well, that'll be next week, so let's get to that very shortly. This isn't going to be an easy match by any means. Trojans are 10 points higher than us, but we are going to give it our all. Let's get into this Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida, and try to win. As it's a big important bowl game, we will be watching all of it instead of just watching, one quarter of it. We'll be watching the full game, unless the USC Trojans are getting to a point where they're blowing us out, and I will just wave the white flag. But this is looking like potentially being Max Holley and Mike Story's final games for us. Both their deal breakers are championship contender, and we aren't hitting that threshold as it stands. So Holley, he's been dependable, but a bit lackluster at times. This is going to be more than likely his final game, unless we can persuade him when it gets to players leaving. And I thought we were going to be alright in replacing him if that was the case. We were ahead for one 4-star quarterback. We ended up losing him, and we were in front for another 4-star quarterback, and we are currently in second place. So we are going to need to hope that someone good wants to join us in the portal. Otherwise we're going to be a little bit screwed at the QB position next year, but we have to punt the ball now. Who knows, maybe a win here will be enough to change their minds. Story, I don't mind too much losing because our wide receiver room can handle losing a guy like him, but as you've seen from our quarterback room, we can't handle losing Holley. Even with his subpar performances at time, he's by far the best QB we have, and losing him will damage us massively. So a bowl win here might help us out in that respect. So we need to play hard, we need to make sure we are doing good, and that loss of 6 yards on that passing play is going to go a long way to achieving that. However, they're going to get most of it back on this run and more, gaining 10 off that rush, leaving them with a 3rd and 6. We need Scroggins, our boy, to do good here. Their QB is scrambling and is able to get a good lane for a gain of 14 yards, TJ Hanneman. So we know he's got wheels. We need to be more careful and maybe employ a QB spy to keep him in the backfield. But oh dear, USC seem to be moving the ball with ease against us here. They struggled on their first drive, but this time looks like things are clicking for this Trojans team. So they are far superior than us, so a loss is expected. I'm not expecting to come out of here with a win. 10 points overall is a big margin, but our boys will definitely try to come away with the bowl victory here, as they are on a 3rd and inches at the 26-yard line. It looks like it could be a QB sneak. He's right behind the center. No, it isn't. It's going to be a play fake. He's going to have time. We jump up in here. Can we get that? We can break it off as we lose Josh Sabry to injury. Are they going to go for it on 4th and inches? No, they're going to attempt the 3. So we trail by 3 here early in the first quarter. Can we clap back and get at least 3 to match USC? Or can we go one better and get a touchdown? We need Holly to be playing to the best of his abilities. A hand off to Khaled, who gains nothing. It looked like he was going to be losing yards, but he must have just got back to the line of scrimmage. It is a 3rd and 3 though. We're staring down the barrel of going 3 and out. What can Holly do? Gets it out to Khaled wide, and he does reach. That's a fantastic effort by Khaled to move the chains. That was an outstanding reach by him. Well done, Khaled. Obviously, this is going to be his final game for us as well. He is a senior, and more than likely, we will be going to the NFL with his overall. Maybe looking to take him in the 4th roundish. That's going to be my guess of where Khaled goes. As we are now on a 3rd and 7. The few passes we have seen Holly make have only been short ones. Haven't really tested the ball downfield, but this is a tester downfield, and that is a fantastic catch. We do lose Timothy Chen, our starting centre, to injury, but just as I was saying, we haven't tested the ball downfield. Holly changes that with a brilliant catch as well. We flip field position and on to USC's 28-yard, and that is a touchdown. We got what we wanted. That's what Holly can do. And Story, so we're probably losing him as well as it stands. So the 2 guys we're going to be losing, they connect for a brilliant pass and a touchdown. That's the kind of thing that Holly can do, but we just haven't seen it all too often in his career here. Yeah, there's been flashes, a couple of games here and there. A majority of the time, he's just sort of trundling along, putting in average performances. If you did that more consistently, we'd be absolutely fine. As we get pressure to the quarterback, but he's able to throw the ball out for 9 yards, leaving them with a 3rd and 1. He's taking the ball directly behind centre. What are they cooking up here? There's going to be a handoff, and there's a plenty big enough gap for a running back to run through and get the 1st down with ease. Up to their 41. QB is going to hold on to the ball, scanning downfield, plenty of time, and the ball is broken up. Receiver looked like he had his hands on the ball, but during the tackle, and Scroggins jumping up to block the pass. He is an exceptionally gifted defensive tackle. And I said when I was going through the squad earlier, I don't believe he'll make it past his junior year. I can see him declaring for the NFL at the end of next year. So we're going to have 1 more year of Scroggins, because the guy is a beast. I can't see him coming back for his senior year, as much as I would love it, because he would be one of the best defensive players in all of college football if he was to come back for his senior year. But I just can't see that being the case. As USC have the ball in our territory on our 45, there's going to be a quick little pass outside. The spin move, ineffective. They gain 3. They were hoping that spin move could do more, but he was swallowed up by the defender. That fancy little spin move didn't work on him. And they go back to the running back, who gets another 1st down and about 10 yards on that run. 1st and 10 on our 31. Again, they are moving the ball relatively easy. And that is broken up. He had the ball. USC fans aren't going to be happy with that. The receiver had the ball, unable to hold on to it though. That is a shame for them. End around. Can we get him? We can. They lose 1, but it is now 3rd and 11. Oh, it's too easy. Too easy. They get the completion and the conversion. Fresh set of downs on our 17. We've not really had too much pressure onto the QB. I think there's only been 1 time we've got close to getting him. We need that to change. Plenty of time this time for the QB, and he throws a touchdown. USC look like they don't have too much problem moving the ball on offense, so we need to make sure we're matching them when we have the ball in our hands. And that is a good little pass, and we get forward for 16 yards. Holly up to 113 passing yards already in the first quarter. This could be a big statement game for him on national TV. If he can continue passing like this, we'll be very happy. And that was nearly picked up by number 20 for USC. Luckily it wasn't. They make sure it's a 2nd and 10. Hand off to Khaled, who tries to go out wide and gains nothing on that run. 3rd and 10. Let's not give the ball back to USC just yet. Can we do something with it? Holly tries to move in the pocket and gets sacked for a loss of 5. USC with the ball back in their hands. Are they going to be able to be free-flowing as they have been so far? As that's a big hit by their receiver. It forces him back. They only gained 4, but he was a couple of yards further forward than that. But luckily the big hit makes him stumble. But their running back finds a nice hole. Akil Buggs, 3 rushes, 27 yards, averaging 9. It's like he could be troublemaker if we allow him to continue to find gaps like that. They continue with the running game, only gaining 2 on 1st down. And that is a nice little RPO for a gain of about 12. Giving them a 1st down, they're up to their they're on our 44. As a USC are moving the ball very nicely. Another 1st down pass. We could be on our way to a potential big loss as they gain another 8 on that run. We are struggling to contain this running game against USC Trojans. No wonder they keep going to it, because we are struggling. It's going to be a pass and a deft little lob over the middle. Oh dear. They're banging on our door. They're at the 3-yard line on 1st and goal. As we scream toward the QB, he has to throw it into the dirt. Takes a hit as well, so hopefully he gets his wear and tear, takes a bit of a rating there as they run in for a touchdown. We trail by 10 at the start of the 2nd quarter. It feels like points have to be scored here to avoid going massively behind USC, as we are struggling to stop them when they have the ball. Opening salvo with a 5-yard pass. Hey, do that every time, we'll be happy. Keep moving the ball 5 yards and we'll never experience a 3rd down. That was a bit of a dangerous ball by Holly. It gets broken up as he threw into a contested catch, leaving us with a 3rd and 5. There's going to be another pass, and that is completely poor. USC get the ball straight back. Is this the time we start to get some pressure to the QB? Their offensive line is holding up well, and their receiver holds on to the ball. He did face some pressure for that catch, takes a hit, but is able to keep hold of it for a gain of 3. Another quick pass by their QB. I could see this game getting out of hand pretty quickly, as they are running the hurry up. 11 minutes remain in the 2nd quarter. They don't need to be running the hurry up, but they choose to. We finally make inroads on the ground game. They lose 2 on that rush. Maybe our boys can start doing something here in the run game, as they lose another 4 yards on that rush, leaving them with a 3rd and 16. It is going to be a pass, and we do get pressure to the quarterback. He gets the ball out, but not enough. We are going to get the ball now. Starting on our 30-yard line. It is going to be a pass by Holly. Scanning the field, has plenty of time, and that is a very good catch. I believe that is, Marcus Bieniemy, the star rookie. Well, he's not actually a star, he's normal, but he's a 4-star. That's what I try to say. One good pass and we're already in to the Trojans territory. Oh, Khaled, that's a fantastic brush off that defender. He gains 5, looking like it was going to be a loss, but luckily it was not. We are going to miss him. He has been good for us. Khaled is going to get drafted. I wish you could see, like, it says what team drafted them. Just added that extra bit of immersion so you can know where they're going in the draft, rather than just saying, oh, you know, so-and-so's drafted in the second round. But who did he go to? That could be very fun to see. Oh, pass by Holly, and we are down to their red zone into USC's 18-yard line. That was a good catch by Story. Him and Holly catching up yet again. As I've said earlier, they're both more than likely leaving us, which is going to be a shame. So they're getting one last hurrah together. We already have one touchdown by Story. Can we get another in this game? 3rd and 6. It's like a field goal might be on the menu here, boys. As yet, Holly is inaccurate yet again. The lead is cut down to 7 after that field goal. It would be good to get USC off the ball here, off the field pretty quickly. With a gain of 3 on 1st down on that pass. If we can get on the field, no, we cannot. Well, they get the first, which means they're going to continue. Hopefully we can stop them soon. We do not want to go into the half to this team who are far better than us with a double-digit deficit. A 5-yard gain on that running down on first down. They go back to the run game and he's got plenty of room. Gains 7, and most importantly, it's a fresh set of downs. 2 running backs in the backfield. That's how they line up a lot of the time. They send one out wide. And a quick pass over the middle for a gain of 7. The Trojans continue to march forward. That's another big gain by the running back. 16 yards on that carry. Our defensive line not having a good day so far. Another carry to the outside. A gain of 2 for the running back. The Trojans still running the hurry-up offense. They don't really need to, but I guess they just want to score as many points as possible and quickly. And another 2-yard gain. We are getting so many injuries. I suppose it's been a long, hard season. The wear and tear is taking effect on our players, as their quarterback is inaccurate due to the pressure he was facing, and USC looking to push the lead to double digits again. 5:05 remain in this first half. Can we burn some clock? Can we take it down to under 2 minutes and score some points? Want a nice long drive. 3 yards on the first down run, but then we get sacked. Loss of 7, leaving us a 3rd and 14, and more than likely USC going to get the ball back with plenty of time to score again. Unless we can come up with a big play on 3rd down. He gets screened at. They tried the screen. It did not work. We are punting. Can we keep USC from scoring this drive? Their running back gets another solid 10 yards. 9 carries, 54 yards. He is having a good day so far on the ground, with plenty of opportunity to score even more yards. But that passing play doesn't really do much, only gains 3 as yet another injury for us. As for Isaac Sahara, the Jim Thorpe winner, the best defensive back in the nation. With his 95 overall, he is definitely going to be drafted, maybe like round 2 potentially. He is a very good corner. If you remember though, he was playing strong safety for us all season, and he definitely put up some fantastic numbers. As USC find themselves back in our territory with 3 minutes remaining. Pass out wide to the running back, and he is very, very good. With a gain of 35. TJ Hanneman, 216 yards in the first half with over 2 minutes remaining. We are struggling big time. Close to waving the white flag, I reckon. 2 yards for Rico Traylor, averaging 5.6 a carry on 10 carries. A little bit some audibles there from USC. Their O-line was doing a good job, but Traylor couldn't really find the gap. If he'd gone to the outside, he may have been gone for a touchdown. But as it stands, it is 3rd and 6 from our 10. And we get to the QB finally, and another injury for us. Right, where's this Holly from that touchdown drive? We need him to make an appearance. Wow, that defender read the screen perfectly. We lose 4 on the screen. He knew exactly what was happening. Ran straight for Khaled to make sure we couldn't get the completion then. Well, we got the completion, but we don't gain anything. We lose 4. We follow that by another pass, gaining 10 for 3rd and 4. This is a big play. Big 3rd down here. Holly gets sacked. 2 timeouts remaining for the Trojans. 1 minute 35 on the clock. Are they going to be able to add to the 13-point lead they have on us? Only a 1-yard gain on that 1st down run. They make up for it and gain plenty on that pass. That Rico trailer is causing us a lot of problems. 45 seconds remain. They still have 2 timeouts. Oh, he brushes off that first defender. The spin move didn't do much, but he brushes him off, gets forward for a couple. Oh, he didn't. They gained nothing. It looked like they got forward for at least a couple of yards there. It is going to be a screen, and they have fantastic blocks in front. Get out of bounds after 9, giving them a 3rd and 1. 33 seconds left. We have all 3 timeouts, so if we can get the ball back here, there's a chance we can do something. And there's an interception. That's what we needed. Some momentum finally coming to us, and we start on the halfway line. All 3 timeouts, 29 seconds remain. We can do something here. Let's get 7. Holly throws the ball at the feet of the receiver. Not good enough. Incomplete. We go again. That time he actually throws into the hands of a receiver, and we use our first timeout after a gain of 6. Probably just outside field goal range here, so we need these 4 yards. We need this 1st down. But no, Holly throws an interception. That's the Holly that we're used to. Now it's USC's turn to try and add more points. They have 1 timeout, 18 seconds remain, and that is a deft little lob over the middle of the field. They're at our 34 with 13 seconds remaining. Scanning the field, gets it out wide, but that is broken up by us, and they're going to attempt the field goal. The Trojans start with the ball in the second half with a lead of 16. I think if they score points here, I might just let them have it. We'll wave the white flag and be like, you know what, USC, you are the better team on the day in every aspect. You can have the win. 1st down pass is incomplete, so maybe there's a sparkle of hope for us as we need. Oh, that's what we needed. Run. Oh, he does that animation where he just sort of steps back, but that's fine. We get the ball in good position on their 31. Let's not squander this. 3 points isn't enough. We need the 7. That's a good 6-yard opening gambit by Khaled on the run. Let's have more of that. Our offensive line did good. Oh, Holly throws another pick in what is looking to be his final game for us. He's hardly inspiring. He threw, he was good. That first touchdown was wonderful as we get another injury. But 2 interceptions, that's just what we're used to seeing with Holly. As their QB scrambles forward for a nice amount of yards. It looked like we were going to get him, but he scrambles his way out of problems. Oh yeah, another injury for us. It seems every play someone is getting injured. We must have our bloody backups out there by now. That was a very good catch. I can't deny it was a high point grab. I think it was one-handed as well. It looked like it was a one-hand grab by that USC receiver. Either way, it looked very, very nice. They lose 4 on that 1st down play. And that pass is incomplete. He was under pressure from behind. Luckily no pass interference. 3rd and 14. That is another very good grab. USC continue to march forward. Their QB is having his way with what I perceive to be a very good secondary. He is coming in and dicing us up, but that is a pick. Can we get the pick 6 here? No, he doesn't have the speed because he's not a corner. That's a linebacker. If that was a corner, we potentially would have had the speed to go for a pick 6. But that brings us back into the game, unless Holly can find a way to do something stupid here. Khaled with the ball out wide, and he gets forward, ensuring we get a first down on that first down. Whilst he's not exactly a receiving back, Khaled has definitely put in the yards when catching the ball, and he picked up the blocker there. If you go back and have a look at Khaled 33, he picked up that block. That was fantastic by him. That is definitely something the scouts will see when they're looking at potentially drafting him. Again, he's not a blocker, but he did very well against that guy screaming in to sack Holly. So in this game, Khaled is very much doing everything. As we move into the Trojans' red zone, their 19-yard line on 2nd and 5. And that pass is incomplete, unfortunately. 3 is nice, but it's not really what we're looking for. Holly throws it to the back of the end zone. It never looked like that was going to be complete. I was never thinking that was going to be a touchdown, and it was not. Can we add to this quarterback's interceptions? I would very much like that to try to keep us into the game. We still trail by 13. Even with Hanneman throwing 3 interceptions, USC are still very much in control of this game. Well, that wasn't a very good throw. That either hit one of their offensive linemen or hit one of our defensive linemen. I didn't really see, but not a very good pass. Quick pop pass to one of their receivers, but they lose 1. 3rd and 11. Getting the ball back here could be very good for us. They lose 2 on that passing play. We are going to get the ball back with a chance to eat more into this deficit. Starting from our 20, we need a long drive, but we need to be pretty quick as well. We don't want to burn lots of clock here. And that is a good 18-yard pass by Max Holly. That's what we need. We need them quickly. And we need 7 points. Nearly picked off. Luckily not. That 17 read the situation and knew what was happening. Yeah, we don't want another 3 points here to trail by 10. We ideally need the 7 to help cut into this 13-point loss at the minute. 3rd and 6. We need a good play cooked up here. It's going to be a pass. Holly did face lots of pressure, and that is picked. He tried to throw out of the sack and was punished for it. It wasn't accurate. They hand the ball off to the running back, who gains 8 on the first down. A touchdown here would put them 20 points clear, and that will be enough for me to admit defeat. 1st and 10 from our 23. Quick pass to the outside, but we are all over it. They lose 1 on that RPO. It was a pretty bad play call. He wasn't exactly open. There were 2 defenders right there. Yeah, it was one-on-one coverage, but they were still very close together. As we take him down, getting our second sack of the day. 3rd and 16. They throw out wide, and he shakes off one defender, spins out of the other, but we converge, and they are looking to go back 16 points clear. And that kick is no good. So you're saying there's a chance. We are still just about in it. We go for the screen. There isn't enough blockers to really do much. I mean, we gained 6, but only one One blocker against 2 defenders, it's never really going to work out too well there. Another quick play, and we lose 1 yard. 3rd and 5, are we going to go 3 and out just after I said, so that you're saying there's a chance? Can we get the completion? No, we can't. He gets sacked. We're punting 3 and out. Is this going to be the game-killing drive for the Trojans? We're able to bottle them up a little bit. They goes to throw to 1-on-1, and they both jump up in the air. The receiver can't come down with it. Oh, they're going to go for the deep ball yet again. Not deep, they throw it medium, but that is incomplete. Are the Trojans going to follow us by going 3 and out? They're going to go for the screen, but we are all over it. We read them like a book, and we're going to get the ball back. Could that missed field goal come back to haunt them? We get the ball to Khaled. He can't do too much with it, only gaining 4. Just under a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. We need to score on this drive. Quick pass to the outside. We can only gain 4. The clock is working against us now. Khaled does get the ball yet again, but we lose a yard and have to go 3 and out for the 2nd time in a row. The final quarter, we trail by 13. It's not a lead that we can't come back from, but obviously we might struggle to. USC are holding us very well when we have the ball, and they're looking to just probably drain some clock now. But another injury for us. They only have got 5 yards after 2 plays. Is it going to be a 3 and out for USC? We do rush toward the QB, gets the ball out. That's not enough. Again, there's a chance for us. This kind of feels like, though, a last chance saloon with 11 minutes remaining, and we trail by 13. Points have to be scored, and soon we're going to have to think about getting into 4th down territory as Holly faces his 5th sack of the game. 3rd and 18. It feels like we're not going to be winning this. Screenplay to Khaled, and that's not a very good pass. We only gain 2. We're punting, and that kind of feels like that might be it. The Trojans with 9 minutes remaining, and that's going to be a 1st down. A good pass, a good catch. They don't need to be running the hurry up here. They should be taking as much time as they can to make sure this game heads towards a victory for them. A running play of 1, and they continue with the hurry up. It just doesn't make sense. But if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. Their running back tries a spin move, and it doesn't work out. 3rd and 4. They go for the screen, and they get the blocks they need for the... Oh, no! He doesn't have the speed. And they are punting. I looked definite they were going to get that 1st down. A very solid punt puts us down at our 11. And I feel like if we don't get points here, I will be stopping. With 7 minutes 20 left, we trail by 13. We've not been playing well on the offensive side of the ball. So this is going to be the last drive we watch if we can't get points. Holly decides to scramble after not finding much open downfield, and dives forward for a gain of 3. Bless him, he just doesn't have the speed to make plays with his feet. He gets sacked on 2nd down, losing 7. Trojans get their 6th sack of the day. 3rd and 14, and this is very much going to be the game. Are we punting here? No, I didn't think so. With 5.5 minutes remain, we have to be going for it. Down 13. We need 7. Holly, more than likely your last throw in Rice colours, but we get it. But now we need to be running the hurry up. I don't understand why we lost a good 20 seconds there. We need to be running the hurry up in these conditions. which we're not. Have we just, has my OC just given up? It looks like it, because surely we should be trying to maintain as much clock as possible as our left tackle goes injured. We must have sustained many hits throughout the season for all these injuries. Our wear and tear must be in the dirt. 4th and 8 as we waste another 20 seconds. And this is the game. Holly with the ball into double coverage. He doesn't come down with it, and that will be the end. So we end up getting beaten quite handily by USC, 34-13. I don't even want to look at the stats. We were just awful. It is time to go through the promotions and relegations, see what is going on around the rest of the league. In the Conference USA, Sam Houston beat Coastal Carolina, and they are going to go up to the Sun Belt. The Sun Belt Championship was won by Georgia Southern, who beat Arkansas State quite convincingly, and they get promoted. Champions of the MAC ended up being Ohio with a nice victory over Liberty, and they get out of the MAC and join us in the American next year. The American was won by Purdue in the end. That should have been us. Had we beat Purdue in that first match, we would have been in the American Championship. We'll have to do better next year and hopefully end up there. In the Mountain West, our rivals Houston beat USF, and Houston get promoted. They are going up to the ACC. And in that division, California edge out Iowa State. So they move from the ACC. California go up to the Pac-12. In that division, the number 3 team, Oklahoma State, beat Arkansas. So Oklahoma State move up to the Big Ten. That was won by Baylor. So Baylor move up to the 2nd division, the Big 12, which was won by number 2 LSU. So LSU go back up to the big boys in the SEC. And for the 2nd year in a row, Oregon win the SEC and are champions of our leagues. Now with promotions done, let's go have a look at the relegations. Obviously we're not getting any lower than the CUSA anymore, so the worst team technically is New Mexico State. They finished 1-7 with Eastern Michigan and 2-10 in total, but they scored the least amount of points, so that means they are the worst team in these leagues. Northern Illinois in the Sun Belt go 0-7 in the conference, which means they get relegated to the worst league. Buffalo are going down from the MAC to the Sun Belt. They tied with UAB 2-7, 4-8, but they scored the least amount of points between them, which means they are going to go down. We lose Toledo from the American. They went 1-8, tied with Tulsa, but 2-10 overall, which means they are going to go down. Cincinnati are joining us next year from the MWC into the American after they didn't win a single game in their conference. Moving on to the ACC, where the Indiana Hoosiers go back-to-back relegations. They are starting a slide. They didn't win a single game in the conference. Can they bounce back next year in the MWC? And it's the same for South Carolina. They suffer the back-to-back relegations. We've got 2 teams potentially sliding their way down the divisions. Are they going to be able to bounce back next year? In the Big Ten, Kentucky Wildcats are going down. Only winning 1 game, that's not enough. They get relegated. Auburn move from the Big 12 down to the Big 10. A disappointing season means they are going down. Tennessee and Oklahoma and North Carolina nearly joining them. But yes, we are losing Auburn down to the 3rd division. And in the top division, Florida State are getting relegated. They tied with Penn State 1-7, 5-7, but they scored 13 less points. That means goodbye Florida State. Moving on to the stats for the year. Max Holley, just over 3,100 yards, 22 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. Just not good enough numbers really. And as you can see, the deal breaker, we have B+, he needs A-, which means when we come to the persuasion, it should be, potentially a medium chance to persuade him to stay, because it's not like we're massively off. We're only 1 grade below what he needs. So there's a chance we can keep Max Holley, but yeah, poor season. Rushing wise, Khaled does make it over the 1,000 yards, finishing with 1,039 and 8 touchdowns. Yeah, our running game isn't particularly good, but good enough yards, I suppose. He does the average 80 rushing yards a game for Khaled in his final year with us. Receiving, leading the way was true freshman Marcus Bieniemy with 735 and 4. Abreu, the 57 rated tight end, true freshman, 548 yards and 4 touchdowns. Story, again, he needs my A- championship contender. We only finished with a B+, so there's a chance we can keep him. 544 yards and 4 touchdowns. Leading the way with 7 was Doug Carew. As you can see, he's going to be leaving. Playing style, he needs a B. We only have a D, so we will be losing Doug Carew. Defensive wise, we have 2 100 tacklers, both 101, Isaac Sahara and Devon Lyles. Matt Stuber had a career year, 20 TFLs and 10 sacks. Sabri, 16 TFLs, 6 sacks. Scroggins, 16 TFLs and 7 sacks. And Hogue and Marrero both with 12 TFLs and 8 sacks and 5.5 sacks, respectively. Isaac Sahara leading the way with 10 interceptions on the year. What a year for him. It's a shame we can't have him for next year, but yeah, what a guy. And then we had quite a few interceptions. That's a good year defensively for us. So we are projected to lose quite a few players going to the draft. So projected to go round 1 is Sahara, which is awesome. A round 2 projection for Ismail. And we got 3 round 3s in Joaquin Polares, Rashad Boykins and Tremaine Khaled. A round 4 for Devin Loper, a round 5 for Mike Story, and a round 7 for Dominique Travis. This is going to help our pro potential massively with this many players going to the draft, especially with these round 3s, that round 2 and the round 1. Now we have 7 persuade attempts and we have 7 players here. So this is what I don't understand. So Max Holly, his persuasion chances extremely low when we're only 1 grade lower than what he needs. I find that a bit bad, really. It should just be low because we're not far off at all. Either way, we got 7 players, 7 persuade attempts, so let's go. I'm not expecting Doug Carew to stay because his playing style, we are so far from it. Yep, he is gone. Jimmy Marrero, he needs more brand exposure. He is staying. Okay, so we're getting an 85 defensive tackle staying for his senior year. That is good. Max Holly. This is the one I'm worried about. Come on, bud. We're only 1 grade lower. Damn, we lose our starting quarterback. Brooks McNamara. It'd be nice to keep him because, you know, he's a good right guard. He is going. What about Colin Hogue? He has been putting in very good performances the last couple of years. He wants more brand exposure, and he is going. Mike Story, he is projected to go to the 5th round of the draft. Can we keep him for his senior year? He is staying. Fantastic. His deal breaker didn't come into effect, so we keep our wide receiver 1 going into his final year. And then Tito Nicky. Playing time deal breaker. We have an F, C-. I doubt we're keeping him. No. And here we have the best draft class ever for Rice. A round 1, a round 2, 3 round 3s, a round 4, a round 6, and a round 7. That is beautiful. But though, look at that. Corner, free safety, corner, corner, corner. Our defence has been ravaged by this draft. It is time to go through our recruiting class, and we'll start with the transfers, starting with Spencer Flowers, who comes out with the impact dev trait. At the 4-star, another 4-star corner, the star Ricky Tapp. 4-star free safety Amari Tolzien, who is a sophomore with a star. Another sophomore in Carmelo Sly at corner with the impact dev trait. At right edge, the sophomore Denton Hanna also has the star dev trait. And the final transfer, Matthew McLeod, with the junior centre with the impact dev trait. And as you can see, we have a 5-star defensive tackle. He has the star Devin Duarte, the number 9 talent in the country, the speed rusher defensive tackle. He is going to be awesome. We have a 2-star kicker in Santiago Pinto with a normal dev trait. 2-star tight end Cole McTavish, normal dev trait. 2-star contested specialist receiver Tremaine Lamb, impact dev. Another 5-star in John Priester with the elite dev trait. That is awesome. Another 2-star tight end in Darren Byrne, normal. A 2-star dual threat QB with the impact dev trait. Another elite in Denzel Molinari, the number 2 talent coming out of high school, and we have convinced him to join us at Rice. 2 elites so far, plenty of stars. This is awesome. Tracy Moffett, the 4-star will linebacker, normal dev trait. 4-star corner Jay Singleton, impact dev trait. Right guard Juan Rizzo, normal dev trait. 4-star right tackle Deontay Jasmine, normal dev trait. 4-star corner Daryl Keener, normal. Will linebacker Juan Centeno with the star dev trait. Another 5-star Taylor Crow, the right edge with the star dev trait. That's right, we've got 3 5-stars. This is a number 5 talent in the country. Theo Fawn, Mike linebacker, 4-star with the impact. Jaron Jew, another 4-star Mike linebacker with the impact dev trait. Right edge Karen Munt, 4-star with the impact. 3-star power rusher Gio Sands, normal. 4-star Steven Sims with a normal dev trait. Another 4-star running back Dante LaCrue with the normal dev trait. And backfield creator quarterback Brian Essay with the impact. I thought we had lost this guy. We came back in the final weeks of the off-season recruiting to be able to replace Max Holly. So he will be installed as our QB1 as a true freshman. And I told you it was an awesome recruiting class. We finished as the number 2 in the country. That is amazing. Before I go through and do the upgrade to the players, we're an 81 overall, 79 offense, 84 defense. Let's see what we can get that to after upgrading all these players. And so we end this episode as an 89 overall, 89 offense, 91 defense. This is going to be the season where we get out of the American. I can definitely see it. Let's have a quick look at the conference standings, how everyone else looks. So we're also the 24th rated team in the country. Bowling Green are also 23. So we've got 69, 74, 89, 80, 74, 67, 75, 69, 74, 72, 70, 69, 71 and 67. I think we can get out of here. I think we can finish in first place come the end of the regular season and win the conference championship game. That will all be for the next few episodes after this. Goodbye.